Hello everybody, Keith Hennefeld, health and wellness expert here for another train track talk. It's down here in West Harrison when I do these talks, and today we're going to talk about the Mother-fr gene. What is that? MTHFR variations. What that means is that you don't have the ability to reduce the process of methylation. So when you bring in folate and vitamin B, your body uses that in the Krebs cycle to produce energy for your mitochondria. And if you have that deficiency, then odds are you're not feeding your mitochondria properly, especially if you're taking in high amounts of folic acid, which is in most of your vitamins, and in your rich breads and flours. In fact, those can also cause a problem called homocystinemia or homocystinuria, where you build up homocysteine in your body and you end up having high blood pressure. But I'm going down the track a little too fast. MTHFR variations can be one of those manifestations where people can have also neurotransmitter issues. So what I mean by that is people can have high anxiety, high depression, ADHD symptoms, in maybe even some learning disabilities. And that's higher level up on the MTHFR variation, but you can get MTHFR testing for roughly $70 through Rupa Health. It's a cheek swab. They send it in, and next thing you know, you can find out what type of variation of MTHFR you might have. Gary Brecker sells a methylation test for over $600. Just saying, it doesn't need to be that expensive. But my point being is that if you have this variation, then you want to be conscientious of the signs and symptoms of them, which normally are not a lot, but you can also have multiple miscarriages or frequent miscarriages. You can have an increased risk for thyroid problems, increased risk for cancer, and high blood pressure, like talked about cardiovascular disease, and again, some of those neuro symptoms. The ways that you can go about treating methylation problems is doing a methylated multivitamin. So when you're looking, and I've talked a little bit about this before, but when you're looking at it, you want to look for methylcobalamin instead of cyanocobalamin, and you want to look for methyl tetrahydrofolate instead of folic acid in your supplementation. If you're one of those people who have high blood pressure chronically and nothing really seems to, help, have your homocysteine level checked, and if that level is high, then you want to do betaine, also known as TMG, and add boron to that. Now, there's some other types of things that you want to do and know about if you have MTHFR variation, which is your detox pathways. And detox pathways can be inhibited when you have MTHFR, so therefore certain drugs don't work as well and certain drugs work too much. And in that case, you want to try using NAC or glutathione in its liposomal form in order to detox yourself properly. And taking these type of supplementations, you can begin to see certain energy increases. In fact, a lot of people, when they get on this pathway, about 3 months later, they start to feel just amazing, and it's the best time they've ever felt. So, again, talk to your doctor about MTHFR testing. It's readily available. Like I said, $70 without insurance, Rupa Health. If you